Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I'm glad you're back with me today because I have a new company to share with you. Look at these beautiful swatches. I love these colors so much, and they are from a new company called EVERLY Nails. So the four colors I have right here are Maroon Bells, which is a chunky foil. Then there's Aurora, which is kind of a shimmery nude color. And this is EVERLY, which is a glittery kind of a leafy green color. And 𝕔𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟, which is a beautiful purple that also has some chunky leaf glitters in them. I am so loving these colors. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use 𝕔𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕟 because you know me and purple. But since I did a purple mani last week, I decided to go with Maroon Bells and Aurora for sort of a transitional fall mani, even though I'm really not ready for fall, people. So I'm gonna start with a basic dip application using Aurora, this shimmery, beautiful shimmery nude, and then I'm gonna go in and do two nails with Maroon Bells, which I also forgot to mention is a thermal changer. So it changes from sort of a burnt orange, well, it's really more like a rusty color, I guess, to a deep maroon when it's cold. So that's beautiful. I'm going to use all my favorites. I'm going to use my Unt Peel Off Base Coat and my Virgo Gem Base Coat and Activator and my VIVIDips Top Coat. And don't forget my Skyline Soapworks Clear Dip for encapsulating. So you'll see me pouring Maroon Bells into a cupcake liner, and that's for later, and I'll explain why I did that. But first, I'm going to start with my Peel Off Base Coat. I do 2 layers as usual, but you'll only see me do 1 here in the video. And then I'm going to get into my dip application, starting with Aurora, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that my peel base is all dry, I am going to use my Virgo Gem Base Coat, and I'm going to apply Aurora to my pinky, index, and thumb. I believe I do 2 dips of this color, and I'm gonna let you watch my basic dip application. It's no different than I usually do it. But while you're watching me do that, I wanted to chat a little bit about EVERLY Nails. So in chatting with Rebecca, the owner, I learned that she is a veteran and was in the Air Force for 11 years. She worked on airplanes, which is, I think, really cool. And then unfortunately she had a pretty bad accident and had to medically retire. Now, I also learned that she started her dip journey back in 2016. She started doing her own nails and dipping as a form of self-care after a tragic loss. She lost her infant son at birth, and dipping was her way of, caring for herself and healing, and I can definitely relate to that. I definitely use dipping as a form of therapy sometimes and a way to, take care of myself, so I totally get that. She actually started thinking about opening her own dip company back in 2018, but was offered a really cool opportunity to go to school to train canines for drug detection and narcotics teams. And she did that working with her canine partner Django for a little under a year, she said, before she found out that she was pregnant with her baby girl, EVERLY. Now, after EVERLY was born and she was ready to go back to work, it was her plan to return to training and detection work with canines. However, then the pandemic hit and she had to go to plan B. So at this point, Rebecca was inspired to begin her research again on what she needed to do to start her own dip company. It took some time and she spent months doing all the research and looking for all the right products, but she was eventually able to open up EVERLY Nails. And now she is doing all the work to get this company out there and let people know what she has to offer. One of the things that I find wonderful about her company is that, Rebecca really likes supporting small businesses, but as a customer, she was experiencing a lot of inconsistencies with powders, the quality of products, so she wanted to avoid this, which is why she did a great deal of research to find the best quality products to offer her customers before launching her company. So the other cool thing that Rebecca plans on releasing is a line of nude dip powders that complement all skin types and tones. She, when looking for ambassadors to represent her company, she was looking for not just women who do beautiful nails, but also women of color who can help give her feedback and thoughts on what nude colors look best on their skin tone so that she can meet a wide variety of needs. Because having worked in the military, she knows that a lot of women in the military are only allowed to use neutral and natural colors, and like French manicures are all that's allowed. So she's trying to offer more options for women who work in places where they're not allowed to use bright colors. I know nursing can be one of those lines of work where you're just not allowed to wear bright, colorful polish or dip powder. So this will allow women in these lines of work the ability to still dip their nails and have beautiful manicures without worrying about not being able to find colors that complement their skin and look natural. So I think that's great. Okay, so I have capped my solid color in clear and I've activated, and I did this because I'm about to get into using Maroon Bells, which, girls, she is chunky. She has a lot of big, chunky foils, and she is beautiful, and all the foils are just different golds and bronzes, and it's gorgeous. But it can, get a little crazy with these foils. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't get stuck in my solid color, because that would annoy me. But what you see me doing now is separating all the foils out off to the side, as many as I can anyway, because she's chunky. But I like to dip in just the solid color with as few foils as possible at first, because I feel like with all the foils in there, you don't really see the dimension because it's not like a clear base. And I don't want my nail to be too thick. So I'm going to let you watch me apply the first 2 layers of dip on my ring and middle finger, and I'll be back in a minute. So I just wanted to hop back in here for a minute and interrupt your regularly scheduled program to ask you, do you like foil dips? I love foil dips. Do you love them as much as I do? What has your experience been? What method do you like to use to apply them? Do you like to lay your finger? Do you like to apply them one at a time like I did? Take a minute and let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, so this is the fun part for me anyway. This is where I start placing my foils on my nail. I apply a layer of base coat, and then you're going to see me use a toothpick, which I dip in the base coat that I've already put on my nails, and I use that to pick up individual foils and place them where I want them. This way I can choose what size, what color, and where I want them, because yes, I am that picky. But this is just a personal preference. If you want to dip your whole nail in the foils and let them fall where they may, that is your choice. I just prefer to do it this way. I just feel like it comes out looking a little bit neater and less bulky. But you know, you're welcome to do what works for you. This is just simply what works for me. And of course, it is now time to encapsulate these beautiful foils in my clear dip powder by Skyline Soapworks, which is still my favorite clear of the moment. Then I'm going to activate and get into a little bit of hand filing and a little bit of e-filing, which I cut a little short because it takes a while, and yeah, I file up in my face. And I find it a little bit challenging to stay in frame the whole time. So yeah, I'm gonna let you watch that, and I'll be back in a little bit. So I just wanted to jump back in for a quick second and say it was my intention to upload this video on Friday, which has been my trend. However, I started back to work on Wednesday. I work in a public school, and the staff went back on Wednesday to start preparing for students to return on September 10th. So my schedule has increased in craziness by tenfold. So it took me a while to find the time to finish my voiceover and editing and all of that. So I am going to do my best to get videos and content uploaded weekly, but it may not always be on Friday. Sometimes it might be on Saturday or Sunday, but by the end of the weekend, there should be a new video up. Fingers crossed. Because in addition to my full-time job at the school, I also do in-home services with a client 3 days a week. So I go from school to my other job for another 3 hours. So I don't get home some nights until 7:30, and then I have to have dinner, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit crazy. but I'm going to do the best I can for you guys, okay? So now I'm going to activate all 5 nails and give them a couple minutes to dry, and then I'm going to get into my top coat. But I want to say these powders were extremely easy to apply. They are very smooth, very soft. I actually really enjoyed working with them. Okay, so here's where I started to apply my VIVIDips Top Coat, and the first layer went okay. I didn't really have any issues, and then suddenly when I went to put on my second coat on, I started my pinky. You'll see it in just a minute here. I had contaminated my brush again. Like, how did I do that? I don't know. So you're gonna see when I get to my pinky, I'm gonna be like, wait, what? And then I have to switch out to my Virgo and Gems Top Coat yet again. I gotta figure out what it is that I'm doing, because this doesn't happen to me when I'm off camera. It only happens when I'm recording. So yeah. Ta-da! Well, I finally got it right, and the top coat looks fantastic. Look at that shine. And those colors, oh, they are so perfect for fall. You guys, you have to go check out EVERLY nails. Her colors are beautiful, lots of fall choices right now. I'm gonna get into applying when I get it right. Yep, I'm gonna put on my Grimes Ridge Butterscotch Bourbon Cuticle Oil, because I always nourish my cuticles after a mani. And yeah, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope that you will check out EVERLY nails. She's going to be doing a collab pretty soon with a kind of popular brand, so keep your eyes out for that. I do have a discount code for you guys if you're interested in trying EVERLY's stuff out. I am not an affiliate, I am just an ambassador, so this discount is just that. I do not get any kickbacks or any commission, so please just enjoy the discount, and the discount code will be in the description box, but it is FRAG, FRAG for 10% off your order. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye now.